Questions 1 through 10 on the 2004 Grade 11 Fermat Math Contest. The value of this expression is 10 over 10 times 11 minus 10 squared. So the numerator you leave alone. The denominator becomes 110 minus 100. 110 minus 100 is 10. So this leaves you with just 10 over 10, which is, of course, 1. Therefore, number 1, the answer is 1, and that is choice D. This expression equals 4 to the power of 0 plus 4 to the power of 2 plus 4 to the power of 3, all under the square root sign. 4 to the power of 0 is 1, 4 to the power of 2 is 16, and 4 to the power of 3 is 64. Adding up these numbers, you get 81, and the square root of 81 is 9. So number 2, the answer is 8. If x is equal to 2 minus 4 plus 6 and y is equal to 1 minus 3 plus 5, then x minus y equals. So x is just a number that they pretty much given you. 2 minus 4 plus 6, so that looks like 8 minus 4, which is 4 for the value of x. Y is also a number that they've given you, 1 minus 3 plus 5. And that is 6 minus 3, which is 3. And therefore x minus y is 4 minus 3, which is equal to 1. So number 3, the answer is B. A lemon loaf completely fills a pan measuring 20 by 18 by 5 centimeters. The loaf is cut into 25 pieces of equal volume. If the density of the loaf is 2 grams per centimeters cubed, how much does each of the 25 pieces weigh? So the full volume of this loaf is 20 times 18 times 5. And if you do that, you get 1800 centimeters cubed. And then they're taking this 1800 and they're dividing it by 25 to get 25 equal pieces. And if you do that, each of these comes to 72 centimeters cubed. Then they give you this density here, right? They say that 2 grams for every 1 centimeters cubed is the density, and that's how you figure out the weight. So we have 72 centimeters cubed, and we want to figure out how many grams. So no problem, cross multiply, 1 and x gets x, and then 2 and 72 gives you 144. And this is in grams. So there you have it. Number 4, the answer is 144, which is choice D. If 1 over 2 plus 3 times 1 over 3 plus 4 is equal to 1 over x plus 5, the value of x is. So 1 over 2 plus 3 times 1 over 3 plus 4 is equal to 1 over x plus 5. So 1 over 2 plus 3, obviously that's just 1 over 5. Then 1 over 3 plus 4 is 1 over 7. And we've got 1 over x plus 5. So this becomes 1 over 35 is equal to 1 over x plus 5. Flip them, and you get 35 is equal to x plus 5, and therefore x is equal to 30. So 5, the answer is C. Three cans of juice fill 2/3 of a 1-liter jug. How many cans of juice are needed to completely fill 8 1-liter jugs? So 3 cans is equal to 2/3 of a liter, correct? And they want you to figure out if you have 8 liters, how many cans? So this is just a ratio question. 3C over 2/3 liter is the ratio, and therefore if we want to know how many cans are going to be equivalent to 8 liters, we just have to put that in the numerator on that side and then just cross multiply. So we got 3 cans and 8 liters, so that looks like 3 times 8 is 24, and then just use the numbers 2 over 3 times x, like that. So this looks like 24 times 3 divided by 2 is x. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. So that means that 36 cans are equivalent to 8 liters. And therefore, number 6, the answer is A. If x equals 1 over 5, the value of this expression is. So before we plug it in, I have a hint that this is going to factor, and one of the factors will cancel. It just makes us have to do less math. So x, 2 and 2, I believe, but minus plus like that. And then from the bottom, you can factor out an x and get x minus 2. So this allows us to cancel those two terms. And you're just left with x plus 2 over x. Right? Now we can plug in our x equals 1/2. So we have, or 1 over 5th. Don't make that mistake. And then we've got, let's see here, this is a fraction obviously. So top and bottom by 5. So we got 1 plus 10 over 5 over 1 over 5. And this looks like 11 over 5 over 1 over 5. And invert and multiply, and you get 11 over 5 times 5 over 1. And that, of course, is equal to just 11. So number 7, the answer is E. Jane arrives at the Fermat fuel fill-up to fill her gas tank. The graph shows the amount of gas that Jane had upon arrival, the amount that she purchased, and the cost of the purchase. What is the price per liter of the gas that she purchased? So, this graph is a bit different than what we normally see, right? But that's okay. We can figure this out. So I draw a little line there to kind of illustrate the point that this is 10, 0. They've given us that. But this point right here, what is that? Well, it's the x-coordinate, so that's 50. So that means that when she first arrives, she had 10 liters of gas right there. And it even tells you that. And then later when she gets to that point of this journey, I guess, or of this question, she has 50. So obviously she filled her tank with 40 liters of gas. Okay? And when she does, the amount that she spent is obviously the y-coordinate. So if we were going to draw a line from the point to the y-axis, like this, that number right there is 36.6. And that represents the amount. So $36 is how much she spent. All right? So 40 liters, $36. So they want you to figure out the price per liter. So they want you to figure out the cost per liter. All right? So you take our amount in dollars and divide by the number of liters. And if you do that math, you get 0.91 approximately, 9.15. But this is in dollars, right? In cents, because they want, actually all the answers are in cents. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them are. So this is in dollars, no problem. Convert this to cents, we just multiply by 100, and that gives us 91.5 cents per liter. So the answer to number 8 is A. The table shows population information for 2 towns for the years 2003 and 2004. Cayleyville had 10,000 people in 2003, and Pascalburg had 25,000. So if there is a population change of 4%, that means that 0.04 times the original is how many people we've added, because it's a plus there, right? And that is equal to 400. So that means Cayleyville in 2004 will have 10,400 people. And in a very similar way, you're going to figure out first 12% of Pascalberg's population, which is 25,000, and 12% of 25,000 is 3,000, and then it's a negative here, so that means you have to subtract 3,000 from the population, so that would make 22,000. Okay, and now they want you to figure out the difference between the populations in 2004. So the populations are 22,000 and 10,400. Difference means subtraction, and when you do that, you get 11,600. So number 9, the answer is B. In the diagram, the two equal armed balances are shown. How many squares would it take to balance one circle? So for the first one, you'll get an equation of 3 triangles is equal to 5 circles. And I'll fill in the circles to avoid confusion because it might look like a 0. In the second one, you get 1 triangle is equal to 2 squares plus 1 circle. And they want you to figure out how many squares equals 1 circle. All right. So since they want you to figure out something with squares and circles, we don't need the triangles in terms of our final answer. So I'm going to somehow try to get rid of the triangles. And I can easily do that. Equation 1 minus 3 times equation 2. That should do it. So I've got 3 triangles minus 3 triangles as planned. And on the right side, I'll have 5 circles, and then I've got to multiply by 3 now. So 6 squares minus 3 circles. The triangles cancel, it gives 0. 5 minus 3 is 2 circles, is equal to 6 squares. Put the 6 squares on the other side, and you get 6 squares is equal to 2 circles. Divide through by 2, and you get 3 squares is equal to 1 circle. And that's exactly what they wanted. So they wanted this number, and that number is 3. So number 10, the answer is C.